What's going on, guys? It's Martin Lifestyle. In today's video, I have something very exciting to show you guys. So Yan2295 actually put a list of all the vehicles coming in import and export DLC. So I'm going to read those off to you guys today. I'll do my best and try to put pictures on the screen, but I really do not want to get copyright for the images. So if there's not one on the screen, I'm sorry, but you guys will eventually see them all when the DLC comes out anyways. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. The first one is the Annis Elegy, and it's in the sports class, obviously. Now, this could be possibly a customized version of the Elegy where we could bring it to mod shop, or it could be actually the Skyline GTR that everybody's been talking about, like I was talking about in my last video. So I'm pretty hyped about that. So moving on into the next one, we have the Pegassi Tempesta. So this is in the supercar class, and I'm guessing that this one is the orange vehicle in the garage in the screenshots. Like I said, I'm not really sure how I like the look of it, but we'll just have to see it in the game. So moving on into the next one, we have the ProGen Italy GTB. So this is most likely the blue car on the elevator in the screenshot, and there's also another custom version as well. So I'm guessing once if we customize it in Benny's mod shop, it gives it the little custom mark on it. So moving on into the next one, we have the True Fade Nero. Now there's only one other True Fade vehicle in the game, and that is the Adder. So everybody's saying this could possibly be the new Bugatti in real life, and there's actually two versions of this. There's the normal one and the custom one, so I'm guessing you could bring this one into Benny's as well. Moving on into the Dubachi Spectre. It's another sports car, and this one has two versions as well. So one is normal, and one of them is one of the ones that if you customize it in Benny's, it gives it the little custom touch as well. So I'm really curious to see how this is, because I really do like all the Dubachis in the game. I believe it's based off of Aston Martin, so I'm really curious to see what kind of car that is. Now moving on into the Principe Diablos, I think that's how you say it. It's another sports bike. So I don't know what other bikes Principe makes. I know they make the Nemesis, and there's also two versions for this one as well. So the custom is probably something you could bring in the Benny's, maybe even put the nitrous on it, like that one bike in the game. That's what it was called. It's called the Principe Electro, and it actually has NOS on it, so maybe that's something you could do in Benny's mod shop with this one. Now the next one is an Imponte Ruiner 2000. This is the one I was talking about earlier in one of my other videos. It's going to be based off of the vehicle in Knight Rider. It's going to have all these different weapons. It's going to have a parachute, so we have that one. Moving on into the next one, we have the Joe Built Phantom Wedge. So for everybody that doesn't know what the Phantom is, it's actually like an 18-wheeler, so it's going to have some sort of wedge on the front that could just push cars out of this way. It's literally going to be able to make its own path wherever it goes, so that's going to be pretty cool to see. Moving on to the Coil Rocket Voltic. So this one actually has its own class. Maybe he forgot to put it in there, but it says Rocket Voltic, so I don't know, maybe it's in its own class, which it should be, because there's no other vehicles in the game that have a rocket strapped to them. Moving on to the Ocelot Penetrator. I'm really not sure what this is actually going to be. It's going to be another supercar, and I believe Ocelot is actually based off of Jaguar, so we're really just going to have to see what that is. I'm really curious to see that. Moving on to the MTL Wasteland. Now what got me here is every single time I think the MTL, I think like those industrial trucks, but this one is in the sports class, so this is very interesting. I don't know if it's going to be something out of like Mad Max with like crazy bars on it, crazy stuff all over it, but that is definitely a vehicle on this list that keeps me guessing. So moving on into the Pegassi FCR 1000. Now next to this, he says it's the Enduro bike, and I believe we already have that one in the game, so it's probably just a different version of it, and also a version where you could bring into Benny's mod shop. Moving on into the next one, we have the P-Fister Comet Retro Custom. Now this one sounds pretty cool. I'm really wondering if this is going to be a retro style Porsche, and if it is, that is going to be absolutely amazing. And there's only one version of that. It's the custom version, so I really hope that means that we could bring it into Benny's mod shop and maybe even put a wide body kit on it, like on the Tuners and Outlaws DLC trailer. Moving on into the next one, we have the Imponte Ruiner 3. Now here's what I think they're actually going to do here. So they're going to sell the Ruiner 2000 with all the guns on it and all the other things like that, and then they're going to bring a new Ruiner into the game where we could bring into Benny's mod shop. I'm not really sure though. I don't know why there would be another Ruiner in the game. It would honestly be kind of pointless. It doesn't even say custom next to it, so I'm not sure if I'm actually right on that, but maybe the Ruiner 3 just has a couple of the things that the Ruiner 2000 has. Maybe this one just has like a parachute or something like that. I don't really know what this is. Definitely has me guessing as well. Moving on into the next one, we have the Technical Agua Rat Loader. Now this is going to be very interesting to see. I've heard a lot of people talking about it. They said there's going to be like two barrels on the side, and it's going to be able to be a amphibious vehicle. It's going to be able to drive on the street and in water, so that's going to be pretty cool to see. Moving on into the Ramp Buggy Wedge Dune. Now there's two versions of this, so I'm really curious to see what the differences are in these two vehicles, but most likely they're going to be pretty similar. Moving on into the Nagasaki Blazer Agua. This one is also going to be another amphibious vehicle, so it's going to be able to drive on land, and then when you go into water, it's most likely gonna act like a jet ski. Now there's 3 at the bottom here. There's the Boxville 5. I've heard a lot of people talking about that. They said it's gonna be armored, there's gonna be like turrets and all this stuff on it. And then there's the Comet 3. Immediately when I thought about that, I thought about the Tuners and Outlaws DLC trailer, and I thought about that blue Comet that was all wide bodied out, it was all modded out and stuff. So maybe that's what that is. And then we have the Elegy 2. Now if you guys see at the beginning of this, there's actually an Elegy Sports, and I'm really wondering if that top one is the one that's actually in the game already, but they're gonna allow us to bring it into Benny's mod shop. And then the Elegy 2 at the bottom is the new Skyline GTR. But anyways, I'm very excited about this update. There's tons and tons of vehicles in here, so it actually sounds like maybe they tried to put something in here that kind of made it into like a Tuners DLC, since so many people signed the petition for the Tuners and Outlaws DLC. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully we'll find out on December 13th if all this is real, but I'm sure we'll get a trailer probably this Tuesday or sometime later this week regarding this DLC. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe if you're not already. Also check out my video that I did earlier today, has a lot of information as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video.